Oh man, what an afternoon here in Yellowstone for Park Junkie. Little motorcycle ride today down here to the southwest corner of the park. Came down to the Midway Geyser Basin. This right here, Grand Prismatic Springs. This is one of the phenomenal views in the park. I really enjoyed this. The colors are so spectacular back here in Grand Prismatic Spring. This is sensational. Look at it. Just zoom in on that thing and the scale, the size of it. It's absolutely massive. I mean, that is one spring. It's probably one of the most bizarre, colorful springs that you'll find here on the planet. So yeah, welcome back to Park Junkie. Welcome to Yellowstone National Park. Thanks for tuning in. The channel sort of experienced a little bit of growth over the last few days. So if you've got stock in Park Junkie, you're looking pretty good right now. If you don't have stock in Park Junkie, you should probably invest into getting out in some of your national parks. This place is spectacular. There are 63 or 62 others just like it, and then over 400 in the National Park Service repertoire. Their whole deck of cards consists of national historic sites, national monuments, national battlefields, national seashores, lake shores, all that good stuff. So you've got a lot of options in the national parks, but some of these national parks like Yellowstone are absolutely the premier cream of the crop. So to be in here right now is definitely a blessing, and I don't take that lightly. It's cool coming up here to places like Grand Prismatic Spring Overlook and having absolutely no one here. So I don't take that lightly. I don't take it for granted. It's definitely a beautiful once in a lifetime opportunity. So I understand some of you are wondering how this guy is in the park. Well, it turns out I happen to work here. I have a job as a bartender here in the park over in the Lake District and the Lake Village, and that allows me to be here right now, and I'm just kind of staying here rather than exiting the park at this time, because this is where all my stuff is. So here we are, and this is kind of a lifestyle that I've chosen in the past. I've worked here twice now. This is my second season. A little bit about the Park Junkie. I have spent the past 26 years exploring our national park, traveled all over. I've worked in the Everglades, Yellowstone, Mount Rainier, Denali, and Zion down in southern Utah. That's where I've spent most of my time recently. It's one of my favorite places on the planet right there. But I worked here in Yellowstone in 1997, which was the 125th anniversary of the park. And I had a great summer. After that, I said, you know, I'm going to go back and work in Yellowstone someday. But the opportunity never really presented itself until I read this winter that this was, I read an article which reminded me that this was the 150th anniversary of Yellowstone. And then the light bulb sort of went off in my head, like, pop, you know, you better get back to Yellowstone right now, because man, time flies. 25 years just like that. So I decided to come back out here for the summer, and here we are. I've been here for a little more than a week and a half, and the park closed down. I literally went to work 3 days at my bar, and then I had a couple days off, but the park got evacuated during my days off. So here we are. So I just wanted to bring you guys some information about what's going on in Yellowstone. I'm stoked at the response, all the comments and all the subscriptions. Thank you, and thank you for being a cordial group in the comments. Everybody seems to be getting along down there. That's cool. And what a blessing it is to be here in the park right now. These places are very important to me. They are my they're my favorite thing in the world, and they're my favorite thing in life. In the national parks, I've been working inside and out of and around and working in and living in and playing in the national parks for the past 26 years. And these places have been instrumental to my development in this world. When I went into the parks at age 21 to work in the Everglades, I wasn't really someone who could say they were proud of themselves. I was headed in a questionable direction, making a lot of questionable choices in life. But somehow when I entered the national parks, my soul was sort of reborn. And you know, I had a great upbringing. My parents were the best in the world, and they sent me in the right direction, but I meandered, and many times, and I'm a meanderer. I like to roam around the edges, but the national parks sort of developed my character and brought me and my physical being into what I am today. The challenges that I face in the parks in the backcountry humble me each time I take out into the backcountry. And we're talking thousands of experiences in my life now in these special places, and they've developed me into who I am today, and they've also given me confidence and built strength in me that I would have never gained in the outside world. So the national parks, man, I mean, to be honest, they saved my life. They put me where I am today. And so I'm eternally grateful to these special places and to the land and to the power spots on the globe. We're blessed to have these places, and I don't take them for granted. I hope you don't either. We are really blessed as a people to have such unique landscapes and to have them preserved and to be able to go in and explore them. I'm a really big fan of this idea. Like I said, they've made me who I am today. And you know, when in life I find myself running into these places, I used to think I was running from something in the world, and now I understand that I'm actually running to something. So these places have made me who I am, and I'm eternally grateful. So I hope you take them seriously. I hope you respect these lands, and I'm eager for the park to reopen and for people to get back in here and enjoy these sites. And thanks for tuning in. I hope you all have a good time out there in another park. Since you can't get into Yellowstone, there's plenty of good choices out there. That's one of the things about the overcrowding issue. It's like, this isn't the only national park. Zion isn't the only national park. Yosemite, the Great Smoky Mountains, these are not your only national parks. There are 63 of these places, and even the least known among them have blown my mind. I've had experiences in places like Guadalupe Mountains that changed my soul, you know, like just strange little parks that you would never think of. And I went into them, and I keep going back to them again and again because they really reinvigorate my spirit. And I hope you can understand that, and I hope that is the case for you. And if it's not, then I recommend you get out and really try pulling something in one of these places. And I think you'll learn a lot more about yourself than you do about the place. And you know, that's something special that only these kind of lands can offer, I think. So yeah, that's who I am. That's why I'm here. That's my, you know, a little bit of my philosophy on what's going on in the parks, and life essentially is to me based largely in these lands, and I feel fortunate to be here. So thanks for all the comments. Thanks for your support. Thanks for all the positive vibes out there. You guys are awesome. I thank you all for tuning in and taking concern and taking note about what's going on here in the world. Hope to catch you again here on Park Junkie. At this time, I'm going to jump on down the road. I'm going to get back on the trail toward the bike. Jump back on the bike and see if we can ride up toward Norris Geyser Basin and check out the scene from up in that region. So bid old Grand Prismatic Springs farewell, and let's hit the trail.